Hi guys, and happy weekend or whenever you watch this. Today we are taking a look at the energy for the week of September 12th to September 18th. So a gentle reminder, thank you guys all for always coming to the shop and purchasing your goodies. There will be no shipping the week of the 12th to the 18th because my husband, who does all the packing, will be in Colorado gathering all the crystals for our crystal shows. So if you don't follow that page yet, go to Facebook and find Lightwitch Tarot Crystal Emporium, not the private page, but the actual big page, right? So we're gonna start talking about this week in astrology, and as usual, all your 16-ounce candles and all your readings are all $30 for a limited time, no code needed, and all your huge candles are $18, no code needed, right? So let's take a look at the weekend. That's what we're calling it, W-E-A-K, weekend, right? So while the middle of the week is bursting with invigorating motivational vibes, this upbeat energy quickly loses steam in time for the weekend. After a mellow Monday and Tuesday, the moon is shocked back to life thanks to an electrifying conjunction with Uranus trine Venus on Wednesday. This is going to be an excellent day to fall in love, so start swiping, right? So this is also an auspicious time for group projects, art, and negotiations. On Thursday, a stabilizing lunar grand trine in the Earth signs draws in the Sun and Pluto, making this an excellent day to focus on personal pursuit and entrepreneur endeavors, as well as making a good impression at an existing job or in the search for new employment. Now, the moon sextile Neptune on the same day adds an added dose of imagination and creativity. Things did generate on Friday with rather grumpy square between Venus and Moon conjunct Mars, and persecution complexes could abound. Now, this configuration is exasperated by an energy depleting opposition between the Sun and Neptune, which will be joined by the Moon, creating a lunar T-square on Saturday, and Sunday offers no rest either. With a lunar T-square with power keg Jupiter and cross-wired Mercury retrograde, there will be a feeling of walking on eggshells all weekend. So try to avoid difficult people. Focusing on individual pursuits on Sunday will lead to renewed confidence and personal power thanks to a regenerative trine between the Sun and Pluto. So this coming weekend, I would just stay away from people that just like to bring you down, people that like drama. I would just literally use that weekend to work with myself, to work with the color red jasper, my self-esteem, my empowerment, just putting the energy where we know it's going to grow, right? So let's go ahead and do our reading. We are using the African Tarot, and I seriously love this deck. It is one of my favorites. It does sleep a lot, right? But when it's awake, it is amazing. So let's start out with the first card. So we start out with that Eight of Pentacles. So this is definitely a time, like we saw with the astrology, this is going to be a time to put the energy where it's growing. This is going to be a time to be patient with yourself, but feed the things that you love to do. This is not going to be a time to kind of start new things. You know, if you're good at something, I would say work on that, focus on that, right? This is also a time to surround yourself with people that support you, people that are your pillars, people that bring you security, people that just make you feel good. Once again, we want to bring that frequency into our life because the energy is already going to be heavy. We don't want to be around people that are arrogant. You know, those people that are just unhappy and they'll do anything in their power to make you unhappy as well. We don't want to deal with those people. Those people could just wait, right? But we see the Ace of Wands. We're entering this really great, amazing beginning when it comes to our energy, and I believe this is done too by all of the retrogrades that we're seeing. All of these retrogrades, I know it freaks us out, but it gives us this great opportunity to bring healing, to bring change. It shows us where the discomforts are, and that's what we want to focus on. Sometimes we have to sit in that discomfort to bring the change that is needed. When we see the Emperor, definitely using that male energy, definitely standing on your leadership, standing up for what you believe in, but just be very, very choosy with where you're going to put your energy. With this retrograde happening, we don't want to just focus on something if it's not growing. If somebody's not getting your point, stop the conversation, just stop. It's not worth it, and it's just going to exhaust you and drive you crazy. What we see here is the energy of shifting, but once again, what I always tell you guys, the Death card means to me, you know, it talks about endings and new beginnings, but the death card to me speaks of the in-between of what happens after the death of the old or whatever happens, and before that beginning. Because in real life, it doesn't, one ending leads you to another an hour later, to a new beginning. This to me speaks of the void, of that place that we all try to avoid, but the stillness is where the breakthrough happens, right? So I had this conversation with the elders the other day, and I was like, why are all my readings showing transition? And it took me 40 something years, but they said something brilliant. So they said, we're always transitioning. Even when we think we finished another one, there's already another one happening, because we're beings of energy. So when I see the death card and I see the Fool, it's we're about to embark this crossroads. We're about to make some kind of decision. It could be about anything. It could be about your career, where you live, your people around you, letting go of something, maybe building up from scratch, right? So because we're embarking on this and we're about to take some kind of risk, some kind of sacrifice, we really need to sit in that stillness. We really need to take in consideration our energy and what we want, right? We cannot let that fear take over, but we don't want to act blindly. So next week, think before you act. It will save you from probably reacting a way that will later regret. When we see the King of Cups being in charge of those emotions, feeling those emotions, not being afraid of them, stop labeling anger as bad, happiness is good. We are frequency beings. We feel it all, right? So sit with those emotions, but remember, at the end of the day, you are in charge of them. They are not in charge of you. When we see the last card, the Hierophant, use that inner wisdom that is within you. You have this amazing primal energy. The answers that you seek are probably already within you. But for some reason, we doubt ourselves the most, and we tend to believe everyone else. So this week is all inward. Go within yourself. Find everything that you're seeking within, because it's all there. Empower yourself. Call your power back and start putting your energy where it grows. All right, so we've got this shit. I love you guys, and head over to www.lightwitchtarotshop and come get a reading with me. Right now I'm scheduling for the beginning of May, and just sign up for the newsletter so you are up to date with all of our sales, and you guys know that I have a point system, so just come work with me. Just come get a candle. Right, so I love you guys. I will see you next weekend, and blessed be.